Hidden deep in the North Georgia mountains, you'll find some of the most scenic overlanding the world has to offer. Ride along for this epic adventure, which is even bigger than the last one. 3 days camping alone in the wilderness on a low-budget off-road adventure in the southern Appalachian Mountains. Just myself, the Jeep, and the dog, with a cooler full of food, basic essentials, recovery, and safety gear. We will set off and spend 3 days in the Cohutta Wilderness. In day 1, we'll drive the Georgia Traverse from Dalton to the Cohutta. There we'll find the same campsite we used last fall. In day 2, we will tackle the entire Big Frog Loop in 1 day. We'll finish the day in a new campsite with an excellent view of the sunset. And finally, in day 3, we'll be sightseeing in the Cohutta. We'll visit all the great overlooks, and about halfway through the day, we'll bump into some wicked Jeeps and we'll finish the ride with them. Grab a drink and some popcorn. This was not only the biggest adventure I had ever taken, this is also the biggest video I've made as well. My name is Derek, and you are watching 1870 Off-Road. When we make this right-hand turn right here, we'll be on the Georgia Traverse. So yeah, either way, we're on the Georgia Traverse. We're in a paved section. Behind me is Dalton. Ahead of me is the Cohutta Wilderness. Actually going to ride the Cohutta Wilderness, not the Georgia Traverse. But in case you don't know this, the Big Frog Loop is part of the Georgia Traverse, so therefore I'm doing a section of it. This year I'm starting it from the west side of the loop. Last year I started from the east side of the loop. I think I'm going to go backwards from last time too. We'll see as we go. And this is a beautiful area. I can't wait to hit the gravel roads. Alright, we'll be back in a little while. So this right here is the town of Eaton, E-T-O-N. I may be saying it wrong. Turning off 411, I missed my turn. I messed with the map over here. It was way too zoomed out. I couldn't tell the roads were. So I had to zoom it back in and either say I missed my turn. So this is my turn, Dollar General at Highway 411. And we are continuing on Georgia Traverse. We're driving. Absolutely love the Cohutta, by the way, if you've never heard me say it. This place is awesome. Alright, we're on some good old gravel road. Got a little creek, got a little river down there beside us. We're on, I'm assuming this is Old Highway 2, I really don't know. I've done the Big Frog Loop before, although I'm going to admit I have not done this road before. If I keep following this on the road along, I'm going to be at Hickey Gap, be on my right. I've been as far as Hickey Gap on this road and I've been no farther. So now today, I will have accomplished another big section of the Georgia Traverse that I hadn't previously done. We'll add it to the Georgia Traverse playlist. There's the river down there. That is Mill Creek down to the right that you are seeing. By the way, I have a new haircut. Y'all have, the only way you saw this is if you're watching softball videos. But,
There's a new welcome in
right, this is the Overlook. Don't remember what it's called. What a view. Made some new friends in a Bronco. One of them's got a Jeep. They were tired out doing the traverse. But we were going opposite direction from fall, so we're not going up this hill right here. We're gonna turn and go this way and hopefully find that campground I used last year. So I would say they've had some trees fall down up here. It is windy today. It has been storming for a while. This is probably why they don't allow you to drive up here. I took a wrong turn, didn't I? All right, so this up here is a Hickory Creek parking lot, trailhead for hiking. I went the wrong way. I was supposed to go down here. All right, back at the Overlook because I went the wrong way. I need to go this way to Murray Lake. Because when I got up there, I said to myself that I don't remember that rail being right there. That kind of threw me off, and sure enough, I was at the wrong spot. So now we're going the correct direction. I found what I think might be a campsite, so we parked the Jeep. We'll walk up here and check it out and see. Definitely a campsite. With a better overlook than the one I used last night. Good Lord. So I'm gonna go look for my old one. If I don't like it, I'll come back and use this one. So now that we're up here, the thing I've realized here, it's really windy and there's a whole lot of loose pines around me. I might drive up a little bit farther to the next spot, see if that spot's open. If not, I'll come back here. I don't like the idea of one of the trees falling on me while I'm sleeping tonight. So let's keep going on, see if we can find the next spot. Those of you with a keen eye will notice this looks very familiar. This is the exact spot I camped last year at the 1st of November. But I didn't have him with me, did you? Yeah, I had to leave you at home last time. We're gonna get camp set up real quick, and we'll probably turn in early because it's cold. I'm gonna get everything set up and close the doors of the Jeep, keep the warmth locked in there. The last time I was up here, it was not trashed. Now this time I would say it is not trashed, but there is a little bit of trash here to pick up. Some cans in the fire pit, some kind of metal or something. I'll pick that. I got my trash bag here, so I'm about to walk around and pick this stuff up. They've cleared it out a little bit since I was up here. The DNR's been out here with tractors and all, just up the road up here clearing trees. I saw one on the way up here. There's a real bad storm the past few days. They've been clearing them out, so they must have come up here and cleared this area a little bit more too. There's some trash here we'll pick up. Some trash there. I got some trash in the Jeep from where I was on the way up here. I got to pick up and throw it away too. So Starbucks. My daughter's been up here. It's that crap they drink. That ain't coffee. It ain't too bad. I'll pick up what I found and then leave the campsite better than I found it. Alright guys, I'm cleaning up my trash on the way up here. Had a couple bottles of water and a Dr. Pepper. But also on the way up here, this is why I'm doing this little video, I had a Buc-ee sandwich. All the haters out there say that Buc-ee's ain't real brisket, and you're right, it's not. The best brisket's cooked at home, slow smoked, 18 to 20 hours. Wrap it at 150 degrees or cowboy your way through. You get more bark on it if you do. Trust me, I've made quite a few briskets in my day. I love brisket, especially made at home. When you pull it off the grill after a long smoke, wrap it in wax paper or parchment paper or something like that, and then you wrap it in a towel, put it into a cooler, not cold cooler, just a cooler to insulate it. Let it slowly come down in temperature for another hour or two, and it just breaks down all the little connective tissues in there and makes it juicier and juicier. It's amazing. I love it. That being said, I'm the only person in my family who eats brisket. If you want to do a good brisket, don't buy the cheap ones at the store. You want to spend about 140, 150 bucks for a good cut of meat. That's the best brisket. I can't spend that kind of money, and I'm the only person who's going to eat it. That is a whole, I mean, that's a week's worth of groceries for one good cut of brisket. That being said, whenever I'm passing by Buc-ee's 2-3 times a year, I swing by to get me a brisket sandwich because it ain't as good as homemade. I mean, it's loaded with barbecue sauce. I do not put barbecue sauce on my brisket. but theirs you would, because it's not as good. But hey, you know what? It's a chance to eat brisket. I don't get that many opportunities, so you can hate all you want. At the end of the day, eat what you like, and I'm gonna eat what I like. So I threw my Bucky's trash in here. All right, we have sunlight. For a split second there, we had some sunlight. Place. Gnats are chewing me up, so I put this hoodie on, sprayed it down with bug insect repellent. So yeah, and we're also cooking some dinner. Fire's starting to get going now. That'll make some smoke. That'll smoke out the bugs. It's I mean, it's in the 40s, so it ain't extremely cold. High 40s too at that. So this is how you spend the night. Me and the dog laying here chilling. We're sleeping in the back of the Jeep. Got Wild Hogs going on the iPad over here. Did I turn it off? No, it's changing scenes. Just finished watching Star Trek Beyond. I guess since it's April 4th, it's a good day to watch it. I don't have First Contact, or else I'd have watched it. But I have Star Trek Beyond on the iPad. I have Smoking and Bennett, and I have Wild Hogs. So we'll watch this a little bit longer, and we can go to sleep. For day 2, we will do the entire Big Frog Loop, and we will do it backwards from the direction we went last fall. This time, we're going clockwise. This will be an epic undertaking. I do not know of anyone attempting to do the entire Big Frog Loop in one day in a Jeep. this Cohutta video very different than the last Cohutta video. I think I see. I'm on what may or may not be a path or a campsite, judging by the fact it's been chainsawed. Let's go up here and check it out. I don't want to go too far off the trail though if it ain't a campsite. Oh, it is a campsite. Not a bad campsite. Bigger route though, not by myself. Good spot to save for coming back in the future. So I'll explore. So now I'll pull off down here and map it. And it's got to be, you know, it ain't on the other map. I mean, the trees are all cut here, so I'm assuming they cut this out for this reason. One day I need to call them guys and ask them how they make these campsites. That way I make sure I know I'm following the rules correctly. Last tree we were at was March 7. This one's March 6. Must be something to do with the zones that they know about that I don't know about. I know they're doing controlled burns in a lot of this area. National Forest Wilderness. Closed to motor vehicle and motorized equipment. Which means no four-wheelers. You see those yellow signs on the trees right there that say closed to vehicles? It means closed to vehicles. Don't go driving down there. Ain't even got a gate up on it, but don't do it. Placing on my head here. So we're passing the entrance to Murray Lake. There's Murray's Lake right there. We're not going Murray's Lake. We went there last year. I'm good. We're going to go on past it. I wonder if we're going to go down because that might be Pleasant Gap. This run right here. There's a campground right down here, but the thing with this campground you need to know is I'm pretty sure you have to reserve your spots in advance. Me and dog right, get out and check out this little river down here. Come on. Chase, come on. This is a campsite. Can you camp here? Do not move the rocks. Okay, cool. I didn't know you could camp here. Down here when it's warm, you can see some. Get down here and get the water. Let's go check out what's down here. Gotta watch out for snakes walking through the woods. Granted, as cold as it is, they ain't gonna be moving fast, but they'll be here. So this whole area flooded recently. That's what all this is. This is where a flood. This is what it looks like when the creek floods down by my house. So that's probably where probably washed a lot of trash down from upstream. I'm gonna say that line right there is where it quit flooding. That's how high up it went. That's what that mark is. And pretty recent too. We have left Georgia. We are now in Tennessee. My tradition. Go dogs! Just make sure we're clear on that one. So, telling you, there's a prescribed burn in the area. We're going to take the long way around the Georgia-Tennessee line. And just telling you they got a prescribed burn area. So, I already knew about it though. I looked it up before I came up here. Hopefully, we're able to avoid all of it. Puddles I didn't film were deep. I hit that one, there's nothing to it. Ooh, there's some rocks. It's not that rough. Tennessee side, good lord, this is rough. Dude I passed in the Bronco yesterday told me, because they didn't want to do the Tennessee side again. Now I'm gonna say it ain't that hard. We also haven't gotten to that big rut yet. Poor dog back here don't know what to think all this bouncing around. My God, that is steep. They've been burning on it. But that's 200 feet higher than what I am right now. This here is a campsite we are not going to stay at. We're just coming down to check it out. It's beautiful right here. Good spot to stay. You are right on the side of the road. There's no privacy here, but it is a nice spot. It ain't that many people. I just passed some people in a 4Runner who watched one of my videos last night. They said, oh, that's pretty cool. I don't think that's the first time that's ever happened. I've been places and met people that watch the videos, but first time I ever met somebody on a trail that had just watched, ironically, the very video, the very trail we're riding on. So yeah, pretty cool. But that being said, it's So, what I also like to see is it's fairly clean. All these campsites are trashed pretty bad, and this one ain't that bad. So, can't complain there. Jeep. So, we're not going to go any farther. Go get back to Jeep, keep on riding, because I don't want to waste all day. Over the rocks. Bridge right. I don't know if this is the intended exit. Would definitely be fun. Remember, like I always say, guys, this is not an off-road park. This is a Forest Service road. I don't want to cause problems with the Forest Service Department. I mean, the Jeep's totally capable of making that climb. I just don't want to. I don't want to cause problems. You know, if you want to go off-roading, go to off-road parks. If you want to enjoy camping, being outdoors, and enjoying the forest, you go to Forest Service roads, which is what this is. Just a road through the forest. Yes, you want forward drive and all that stuff like that, but it's not to be challenging. It's just meant to be able to get you there, and if you get stuck, be able to get you back out. There's my disclaimer for this video. Parts are way smoother. Oh, they've graveled it. That's why it's way smoother. I see the gravel. More campsites right here. Another little creek. Please don't move the rocks. Tennessee. Back in Jeep, keep on rolling. Ground right here. And it's got a campground right there. You ain't got to be driving Jeeps, I guess, but that's the most common thing people do this with. I am questioning how much longer this section here is going to be open. I bet you that gets closed before long. You want these rocks out. Yes, protect it, otherwise it's going to wash away. Last year I said I wish I could have done this spot going up. It would have been harder. Yeah, I get my wish. We're going up, but it's fun. So we'll get a video of it. Back in Georgia. That's what I'm talking about. We are 3,000 feet above sea level. If I don't zoom in on this, I need to. Man, what a view. But ain't nowhere near like the one we're going to have here in about another So this is where we started. Big Frog, English. Big Frog Loop last year. We started it here. You go that way to Blue Ridge, Nella J and all that. We're not going that way. We're going this way. We're gonna go back, find us a camp spot for tonight. The little open air cemetery thing. Dire Mountain Cemetery. We'll be passing that here in a little bit. Love this lookout. Man, I love that lookout right there. Beautiful one. This is the first lookout I ever saw up here. And it was raining and storming, but I saw it. Here we are, back at the Overlook. If you ever want to feel small compared to God's creation, my God, get up in a spot where you can see this far away. You realize all this is made in 6 days, and you are a grasshopper compared to a giant when you look at something like this. Good Lord, this is beautiful. Get my iPhone out, take some pictures with that too. Yeah, this is a breathtaking view. I mean, to be back here again, to see it again, it still amazes me. I didn't realize there's like a little town or something right here directly due south. Now that I know where this is on the map, I'm gonna go figure out what some of these places are around here. Last time I was here is the first time I'd ever seen it. Obviously, now I've seen it before. God, it's beautiful. but it is also really cold. So I'm not gonna stay here and admire this for long. This is definitely one worth spending all the time you can afford to look at.
Code back or call 809.
So whenever I came in from Dalton area, I came from that way. This is the side of the mountain I believe I was looking at the whole way up. Somewhere down in there is the town I came in. I drove up Highway 411. There's a highway right there going towards that smoke. Could be that. Who knows? I'm looking for a road. Highway 411 would be a big road. And some train tracks ran next to it. We crossed all that coming up here. We got a signal here, obviously, because I'm getting text messages like crazy now. Anyways, we got to find a camp spot. We're running out of daylight. It's 4:44. We got to roll. Now, I knew trying to tackle the entire Big Frog Loop in one day was going to be difficult. I did not know the Tennessee side had gotten more rutted out and more bumpy from last year. So we were racing against time to get back here and find this campsite. They are first come, first serve. And I saw this one the day before and it was beautiful. And thankfully, as we pull up the hill right here, I got back just in time. No one was here to claim it yet. It was Friday, so I got up here and I claimed this spot, and maybe within an hour, people started coming by wanting to see if it was available, and I'd already got it. It was mine for the evening. And get ready to see an amazing sunset from this spot. Man, it was breathtaking. This is campsite for day number 2. Let's come down here, check this out, because I'm going to show you something really cool. We're maybe a mile south of our spot, if even a mile. Maybe. The cool thing is I'm watching for snakes as I walk through here, even though it's cold. It is spring, rattlesnakes are out, so we gotta watch. Look right here. Look right here. Do you see those mountains right there? I'm right over there camping. I've been watching sunrise above these mountains right here. So now I'm actually right next to the mountains I watch the sunrise from. That's where I'm camping at today. So zoomed in on that mountain, there's a little bit of a road right there. If you zoom out of that mountain, you look at those trees right there on top of the mountain, how they go like that in a little dip right there. This is the mountain that I watch the sunrise on from my other campsite. This is where I watched the sun come up over, so I have a really good time lapse. I was camping right over there. Pretty cool. So for a full 360 degrees, there's top of the mountains where we watch the sunset from, right overhead, because the road's right there, and then it goes right up the mountain from there. Try to not make quick, jerky motions. I'll figure that out when I go watch my videos. I was camping somewhere over there. Little hill right in the way. Either way, tonight, this is going to be an amazing sunset. I am definitely marking this spot, and I am keeping this one to come back and visit again. You get up here in a good, clear winter's night. Of course, you can't get here during the winter. You get here, you know, late fall when it's dried up and you get a good sunset at night. Oh my God, this right here is going to be a great spot. I think I'm going to have a 2-inch cloud cover for the night. But still, it'll be something good, even with the cloud cover. I don't remember if I filmed it yesterday or not, but having tacos, I made Mexican rice and some taco meat before I left the house. I've been keeping it in the cooler. And just reheat it on this little skillet here with a propane thing. There's still a bit of warmth coming out of that. So I did reheat it. Now it's really cold out here. So I bet you we're down in the 50s. It's been generally cold the whole time I've been here. So I haven't had a problem keeping it cool. I don't have a fridge. All I have is a cooler, but the cooler has kept it cool. This may not work in warmer weather, but it definitely works in wintertime weather. So I'm eating my last taco now. And the GoPro logo would be an editing mistake. That wasn't supposed to be there. Oh well. Enjoy the sunset. The sun has finally set behind those mountains on the horizon. What a view. On top of the screen on the right is clouds, but you can see the pink line. That's the top of the mountains. I don't know what that light right there is, but it sure is bright. I was behind a limb from your point of view. God, shaky am. That is bright. It is exactly west of where I'm at. I'm going to be researching later on to figure out what that bright button light is. That is extremely bright. Wait, I know what it is. BMW high beams. Alright, so what we're going to do here.
I didn't want to give him the
I have...
but I didn't trust my instincts.
What's this movie called? Wild Hogs. I didn't finish it yesterday. I fell asleep. Dog's in here. He's crashed out on me. I have the Jeep running, warming it up. I've got everything in here up to 80 degrees now. Been running it for about 5 or 10 minutes, so we're going to shut it off now. And then we're going to lay down and watch Wild Hogs and go to sleep. I'll wake up in the morning in time for sunrise.
Your job is the power.
The iPhone set up on a tripod, this is zoomed all the way in towards Jupiter. For day 3, we'll backtrack and go back and look at all those overlooks that we flew by yesterday. And about halfway through the day, I'm going to bump into some friends. But first, we're going to catch a sunrise. I believe the dog got cold. He is covered up. So, yeah, it is chilly in here. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. Woke up about half an hour ago, but I'm trying to get it warm in here before I get outside and freeze out there, because it's about 15 degrees colder outside than it is in here. It's in the 40s in here. So anyways, this is the sleeping spot. About to begin day number 3. Watch the Smoking and Bandit while we warm up in the morning. Well, I'm going to take some pictures here in just a second. Sunrise is coming up now. But everything in here is frozen up. The key was frozen up. I couldn't get the Jeep to start. That's another reason why it takes me half an hour to get up. I had to warm up that key. So if y'all ever come camp out in the cold, them keys right there get cold, they don't want to warm up. Or they don't want to warm up. When them keys get cold, they don't want to unlock the car. You got to warm them up first. So I had to put them in my pocket and warm it up for about 5 minutes, 10 minutes. And it finally got to where I unlocked the doors. Which the data started the Jeep up. because I know I learned that last time I was up here. I couldn't get GoPros to operate. I couldn't get my keys to work because of the cold. So now I'm gonna warm the truck up, get everything in here kind of preheated a little bit, and then we're gonna go outside and do our filming and stuff outside. And it's not a truck, it's a Jeep. I called it, I said that. So, all right, anyways, that's enough. We are beginning day number 3, and I'll have the camera cleaned off and it won't be so fuzzy by the time everything gets defogged in here. This is the start of day number 3. We could have fit easily 3-4 Jeeps up here. I was by myself, so. All right. We are at day 3. If you want to know why I make my own ice, that is why. I still have ice. That's why I make my own ice right there, because ice cubes by the store are too small and they melt too fast. And then we're hearing turkeys. Well, I didn't see anything, but either way, while I'm packing up, he can eat his breakfast. That way we can be able to roll here before long. Here in the Cohutta, I have never seen a bear. Well, I wore my black bear off-road shirt. I wore that one yesterday, and unfortunately, I still have not seen a bear, other than the one on my shirt. Now, I'd rather not see one right now while I'm packing up camp, but I wouldn't mind seeing one a little bit farther off in distance. Anyways, the sun is slowly coming up now. Get some pictures. Jeep is loaded up, campsite's cleaned up. Sun is somewhat risen in this area. It's probably about 8:30. It's time to roll out. Everything's cleaned up, ready to go. We left the campsite better when we found it. Now we're gonna keep on trucking. This is the Overlook, the trailhead. I'll get my binoculars and zoom in and see if I can find where I camped at last night. I see a trail up ahead too. So what we're gonna do here, this is the intersection. If you come from this way right here, that's how you come from Dalton. This is the way I arrived when I started this trip 3 days ago, however long many days ago it was now. This is my 3rd day. Georgia Traverse, this is the southern half of the Big Frog Loop. Trail to the left here is the northern half of the Big Frog Loop. And that there is just hiking trail. There's parking right up top up there. Today, that's where we've already done the entire loop. We're on day 3, so we're gonna go back down here. We're gonna go hit the overlooks. We're gonna do a little bit of riding and just sightseeing. I had to fly through this part yesterday. I didn't get to stop and enjoy it very good. I was trying to get back to my camp spot before it got taken, and I was running late because the Tennessee part took too long to get through. So I'm gonna stop and go a little slower with this area and kind of enjoy it a little more. And then we're going home. So let's go up this hill. Now, on the sunrise, that's the spaced trees right there, but I'm on the back side of them. So you can see on top of the hill from the first campsite. I'm there from the back side of that mountain now. I'm going up. This is the Mill Creek Overlook. My Lord, this is a breathtaking view. It's the same direction looking west that we were facing our campground last night. So there's all you little towns down there. God, guys, there's just no way to do justice for how amazing and how far you can see from here. We're at 3,000 feet above sea level for our altitude. God, this is amazing. I mean, I can see chicken farms there. That's got to be Highway 411 right there. And then the one that goes that way is 2 something right over there. I don't know, something like that. Oh my Lord. This is amazing. So there's a old Highway 2 goes right down through there. And it snakes on into, not Cisco, Eaton. Chattanooga should be right about there. Cleveland, Tennessee should be right over in there. Probably easier to spot this stuff out when you get out here at nighttime. You can see the city lights because I'm kind of doing approximations of where they're at. So this is west. Chattanooga is just barely north of west from here. So that's west, and just slightly north of west is Chattanooga, and then northwest is Cleveland, Tennessee, from where we're at. And Lookout Mountain. So Lookout Mountain is probably that big peak right there or that big peak there. One of them 2 big peaks there is Lookout Mountain. And then Sequatchie Valley or whatever it's called is right over there. And the towns you were looking at that way is, where's my map? So yeah, pretty cool. I am looking at my map. That's how I'm doing all this. I don't know this off the top of my head. I have a map out looking at it. I'm gonna say Cleveland's roughly that way. You ever want to feel small? Get yourself in an area like this where you can just look over all God's creation and just realize, like they said, you are grasshoppers in the side of giants. This is awesome. I love this. Amazing view. And this ain't the best view. The best one's back down that way. We come through here yesterday and we just drove by. I didn't stop and take pictures. But with the sun to our back right now, all the little towns, all the buildings are all lit up really bright. So this is cool. I would like to come back one day and catch a sunset from here. But you have to lock down a campsite, so that'd be hard to do. But anyways, for now, that little valley right there, kind of in between the mountains. Other side of that valley is going to be Chattanooga, and that's probably why the train, you know, I know that you see on a map that the mountains have this big valley between them right here, and they all go in a straight line. I'm going to look that later. That's probably why the train run through here so much, and what made Chattanooga such a popular area for trains. I never really thought about that, but obviously geography drives everything. So I will avoid the redundant stuff, but that's old Highway 2 right there. The reason why I'm filming it, there's a car driving by. I can hear the tires crunching on the gravel down there. And those are pretty high mountains. We're just way higher than they are. So anyways, I can't see them. I was hoping I can see the road in 2 or 3 spots. I'm just, I can't see a car going on it. So wherever they're at, I don't know. We'll find out later. It's not what I'm here to film though. Let's go to where I am here to film. I wanted to zoom in more than the GoPro can. See, those are the chicken houses I'm talking about. That's the little town just north of Dalton. Dalton's down to the left down here. All this north of Dalton. So either that mountain or that mountain is Lookout Mountain. I'm not sure which one it is. But then right up in here is going to be Chattanooga, Tennessee. You're in the general area of Chattanooga right there. And then over here this way is Cleveland, Tennessee, although I'm not quite sure where exactly Cleveland is. Maybe something to do with that stuff there. I don't know. It might be a lake. So anyways, I don't know where exactly these things are exactly, but Chattanooga should be right about there. I say we're not far from Tennessee. You easily can see Tennessee from here. Lookout Mountains on the horizon, along with the Sequoia Valley or something like that. I'll look back on the map later. You can see the clouds. We're about eye level with the clouds right now over there. So as they come this way, they're going to roll in here and probably start blocking our view. So we're going to keep on going down to the next lookout before I lose view of it with the clouds coming in. But God almighty, this is beautiful. Breathtaking, guys. There's no word for it. In my now 3rd or 4th time passing this little road right here, Put the radio down here. We're gonna go, I've always wondered what's down here to the right. So guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna go to right and we're gonna check and see. Here we go. I've never been here before, so we are exploring. This is the junction of Conestoga Road and Forest Service Road 68. That is not what
I've seen more shots that are moving from
So while we've come downhill a pretty good bit, we are still 2,700 feet above sea level, which means we're good over 1,000 feet above the bottom of them hills down there, maybe 1,500, maybe 2,000. Yeah. God, the views. I mean, the views. Good Lord. If you ever get a chance to see the North Georgia mountains, you need to come check this out. The Cohutta Wilderness is my favorite place I've been to so far. Now, granted, I have not been to Utah yet. I believe I'll be amazed with Utah. But this stuff's all woods. You know, Utah is wide open desert. This is woods here. Look at this. This right here, this is very similar to the Overlook at FDR State Park. Except you're overlooking mostly flat terrain there. Here, you're overlooking just mountains and mountains and mountains forever. I see a road winding through right there. God, this is beautiful. We're actually about to turn around and go back north up though, because we're out of the Big Frog Loop right now. So we're gonna turn around and head back up north and go back into the loop again. I just wanted to stop and get a picture of this real quick, because my Lord, the views here just do not disappoint. Now, because the iPhone does good zoomed in videos, these people that live on this mountain over here, there's quite a few roofs and stuff reflecting back at me. I would tell you right now, those people right there, they made the right life decisions. Look, this guy right here on top. That dude made life decisions I wish I'd made. So you better live in a place with a view like this. Good Lord. Good Lord. I've heard of people who live up here in mountains like this. If they ever award lottery money for picking 6 wrong numbers, I'll be living up here. Of course, I'll also be living at the beach. See, that's where you gotta choose your battles there. Anyways, I'm all good with the slow, honest way. Go to work every day and make your money, spend less than you make, and enjoy life. That's what I do. All right, let's go back and hit the trails. Like I said before, you think about this stuff. Imagine all this being made in 6 days. What day was the mountains made? Let's see if I can remember this here. Man was the 6th day. Most of the life forms were the 5th day. Was the 3rd day when he called the mountains to rise up out of the sea? I don't remember. 3rd day sounds good. It's a band. So why not go with that one? I don't remember, obviously, off the top of my head. Go back and read it and look it up. You can fact check me. I encourage it. Just open up the book, turn to page 1. It'll describe it. All right, let's keep on rolling. are no words. I've said it every Overlook. This place is just breathtaking. Man, this place is beautiful. This is the Mountain Town Overlook. Been here several times. Never actually took time to see what the name of this place was. All right, me and the dog gonna take a snack. Got me a Built Bar. He's been walking around for a minute. Get a chance to get out of the Jeep for a quick second, and I'm gonna enjoy me a little my breakfast. No, I brought all these eggs. I didn't eat a single bit of them. I just didn't really want much for breakfast. This is probably all I'm gonna eat till I get home. For now, I'm eating my Built Bar.
There's nothing you can do to change their minds.
Campsite or something?
Baseball season fatigue. Like, this is a blessing when you're gonna have the longest season of all the sports. Michael and all the rest of this. And you get a line up every time you get set. You had Ernie.
Hey, Matt, you know about the headlocks and wedlock night. Actual YU2.
So I've passed this spot several times, and I've always wanted to come up here and check it out. This is an awesome camp spot. Especially in the wintertime when the leaves are down. You have an almost 360-degree view of the sky. Good Lord. Yeah, got the east over there, you can see the sunrise. West over here, you see the sunset. You've seen it through trees, so this is a wintertime. I think the summertime you won't be able to see anything. Not much, at least. So, good chance to step away from the Jeep and talk about why I'm doing this. Obviously, getting out like this, getting away from everything, get you closer to God, number one. That's number one reason for doing any of this stuff. The Jeep is just a tool to get you here. It ain't really about the Jeep. It's about the just unplugging from everything in the world and getting closer to your Creator. That being said, I have something I am building for, that I'm building towards. And in a few years, I'm going to go to Moab, and I want to take a whole big trip out west. I don't know how extreme I'm going to go on the Moab trip yet. My goal, my number one goal that I've told everybody I've talked to, is that I want to be able to do top of the world. That's my number one trail out there I want to do, but more scenic than anything. But I definitely want to do top of the world. I just don't know if a sport Jeep could do top of the world. Everybody I've seen out there is in a Rubicon. I'm not going to go out there and tear my Jeep up and destroy it, because I'm going to drive it out there and drive it back. So I'm researching over the next 3 years while I got to do that. The reason why I'm waiting 3 years is that my daughter plays softball. If you guys watch the channel, you're well aware of that. And I coach her softball team. So I am busy half the year. I use a big portion of my vacation time to cover softball. And so I can't give up time off work to go driving out west, because I need to take probably at least 3 weeks off to do that. And I can't give up 3 weeks off. I use all my vacation time coaching softball. I don't have that much left over after softball seasons are over. So yeah, I got to build up time off. I got to get past softball. So either the year she finishes or ages out of softball, or the year she graduates high school, they both happen within 12 months she gets out of high school. But either way, you're talking 3 years from now. I will be planning and scheduling a trip to Moab. 2 friends of mine are in Moab right now. As I'm filming this is April 6th, 2024. They've been in Moab for the past 2 or 3 weeks. I say they ain't really in Moab now, they've left. They did Moab, they did Monument Valley, they did some stuff in Colorado. A lot of sightseeing. I know they did some trails out there, you know, some hard stuff, but the same kind of thing I'm talking about. Something similar to that, what they've been doing. I'll probably talk to them when they all get back and I'm back in town, and I'm gonna learn a lot from them, and then see if I want to tweak my idea. Like I say, I got the next 3 years, there will be tweaks to it for sure. You know, may determine top of the world's too hard, may determine top of the world's too easy. Never been to it, so I don't know. I just want to see that view at the end. God, I've seen that view many times. I've got a list of already 10 or 15 trails that I've, you know, So it's just a matter of what can a sport Jeep, I mean, a somewhat built up sport Jeep, but at the end of the day, it's not a Rubicon. It's gonna have limitations. The transfer case does not have the good ratio. I don't have a locking front axle. In fact, the rear is limited slip, so it ain't even a truly locked rear. It's called a track lock from the factory, but it's basically a limited slip. It's a clutch packs, I think. So another thing I gotta know before I go out there. But doing this kind of stuff here, 3 days in the Cohutta, yeah, I'm gonna live out of my Jeep for 3 weeks. So I need to get used to living out of this vehicle and work out a system, work out a plan. All right, I'm gonna have to cut myself short here. If you saw in the background some Jeeps pull by here, they saw me up on the hill and recognized me. And I'm gonna have some friends ride with the rest of the day here.
Oh, man. What's up?
So we'll go back and talk more about the Utah trip later in another video. Meantime, we're about to have a wicked Jeep ride.
Yeah.
So, you know what that sound means? I'm at the end of the adventure. It's been a blast. I'm going to tell you one thing that has changed since I've been here. It is getting warm. It has been freezing the entire time I was here. And it is right now. I'm about to come out of this hoodie. Thanks for me though. I love the cool weather in Georgia. I believe I've said that in every single episode I've ever made. Georgia has the best winters around. Every day that I've been here, I've bumped into either somebody I knew or someone who knew me. So that's pretty cool. Drive this far away and you end up knowing people. So, I'm gonna wrap up video for the Cohutta. What a blast. Come out here if you get a chance. You'll enjoy it.
The next day.
Post-credit scene. If you'll remember the last time I did a Cohutta trip, I came home to find my steering was damaged and I had to rebuild. Good thing I came here and I think the radio was still on. I had to rebuild my steering. So we have two small incidents. Number one, I blew a fuse while I was out there. So I went to plug my jackery into the front 12-volt outlet and I blew a fuse on it. The other one, because I had like 3 different people pull off and ask me if I needed help. And somewhere in the distraction, I lost my valve stem caps. Find one more. That's the only real damage. Lost a valve stem cap, airing my tires back up, and I blew a fuse. So that's it. Pretty good trip that time. It's Sunday morning. It is the day after Cohutta, April 7th. I got a lot of birthdays I gotta go start wishing. I just got home from church. Got back just in time to be able to go. So, good trail report there, no damage, had a good time. Cohutta was a blast as always. I do want to show this though. Look around at how green everything is, right? Here, it's wild to see how different it is whenever you just go a couple hours north. Up in the Cohutta, it looks like spring ain't even hit yet. It's still cold up there, or it was probably cold everywhere in a couple of days I was there. I went there in a cold front. The trees aren't blooming, there's no pollen. I mean, I get back down here, the trees are all in bloom, everything's green. The pollen actually has gotten better since while I was gone. I get up there, there's no pollen yet. So, pretty wild how that works out. So I'm only, you know, about 4 hours, maybe 5 at most from the Cohutta. I'm in middle Georgia. Cohutta obviously is in the North Georgia mountains up near Tennessee. So, it was really wild to see the weather difference. But, I thought I'd share that a little bit there. So, that's it for this video. The Cohutta was a blast. Jeeps be jeeping. Hey, thank y'all for watching this video here on 1870 Off-Road. Wow, this was the biggest adventure I have ever taken. And I say that in several of my videos because I keep taking each ride bigger than the ones I did before. And man, what a blast. Absolutely enjoyed this, and this was not planned. This happened on a whim. It was spring break. I thought I was going to be doing something with my kids, realized my kids weren't even going to be here. Kind of we had something she had planned with her school, and I didn't know exactly what dates it was, so it ended up being the week of spring break. So I found out a couple of days that I'm going to be freed up in no softball during spring break, and I'm like, all right, cool, I'm going on a Jeep ride. It turned into the biggest Jeep ride I have ever done. And 3 days, just me and the dog in the Jeep, low budget, you know, sport Jeep, not a lot of money invested in the Jeep, not a lot of money invested in equipment. I don't have some big overland built rig. I mean, I slept in the back of the Jeep. It was simple, low budget, loved it. What a blast. And it's just going to keep building, and every adventure is going to keep getting bigger. And wow, this was awesome. And if you made it this far in the video, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. You must be really dedicated because I know we're probably an hour and 20 minutes in now. So thanks for watching 1870 Off-Road. Jeeps be jeeping. Enjoy the end credit roll here.